afternoon, distinguished professors and lecturers and students. This is actually the very first time I came to this particular university. I started once upon a time with UIA. Very long time ago, but not on this campus. We did not have a proper campus back then. When I was in matriculation, we were using the shop lots in Subang Jaya. That's my batch. I was batch number 6. Okay, throughout my life, I've been handling too many stakeholders, various type of stakeholders. When Shamira contacted me and asked me to speak about stakeholders, I actually do not know how to start. There are too many stakeholders, and just like what Adeline mentioned just now, there are different ways of handling different stakeholders. Yeah. But later on, because I have a few different decks that I want to share with you. I want to share with everything with you actually, but we do not have enough time. But I will share 3 different decks. In the last decks, I will put on the summary that I can think of, so that you can remember easily few tips, on how to manage stakeholders. Yeah. However, I am back on popular demand to talk about MH370 and MH17. This is not a very good topic for me because it hurt me every time when I mention about MH370 and MH17. Okay, let me give you some numbers. Yeah, I handled the 2 crises for 598 days. 2 days short of 600 days. Okay, 598 days. When MH370 went missing, the first 2 hours of sleep that I got was on day 6. Okay, on day 6 was the first 2 hours of sleep. I went back home the first time on day 18. Okay, and I cannot sleep. And all media studios around the world have my handphone number. To a certain extent, every day when I woke up, not really woke up lah, because you lie down and then you get up. It's not woke up, you get up. Because we lie down, we just, at the EOC, Emergency Operation Center, we have, nantilah, in some other lecture, if you call me again, I will show you how to do this, we actually have the Emergency Operation Center where we have a few rooms. We have the media monitoring rooms, we have the operation rooms, we have the open area, we have representatives from all the departments, including insurance, including legal, all the department, HR, they must be there at the Emergency Operation Center. And we have the Media Operation Center and whatnot. We have all these segments and sections. Because in airlines, we have a very good system on how to handle crisis. Airlines have the best. Second best is actually oil and gas. Yeah. So I was very fortunate. I got that opportunity to work with an airline, and I learned about all this. Okay, we just lie down anywhere, under the seat, under the table, and everything, and then I got up. And then my phone will be ringing every hour, and I do not have, after a few days, I do not have to look at my watch. I know what time it is in another country. Because suddenly, this one phone call come to my phone and, good morning, sir. And then oh, that's Japanese. Japanese is 8 o'clock in Japan. Now it's 8 o'clock in Tokyo. When you hear the Japanese speaking person at the end of the phone, talking to you and ask you for the latest update. At 9 o'clock, there'll be a Korean guy calling you, and 10 o'clock, and all the way, you know. And then even when you try to lie down under the seat, at the EOC, at 5 o'clock in the morning, your phone will still be ringing, my phone will still be ringing, because Atlanta, the headquarters of CNN, is calling me to get the latest update, because it is 5 o'clock in the evening in Atlanta. You see that? You know, it's a circle. It's not that I do not want to sleep. I love to sleep. You know, it's just that I can't sleep. You know, because my phone will be ringing every hour, because there is one newsroom somewhere in the world, and they would like to speak with me to get the latest update about what's going on. Until day 6, you know, the reason why they asked me to sleep on day 6, because the previous most complicated case was Air France 447. They found the first debris on day 5. So when we clocked in day 6, we know that we are entering a new territory, a new world record. Not in a good manner, but it's a new world record of unsolved crash. Okay? And in the morning of day 6, I was there inside the EOC, and then someone said a wrong word, and I was about to jump on that person and eat him alive when my director of operation, you know, said, Naj, you know, give me all your phones and your laptop and everything, go to my office and sleep. He knows that I can't take it anymore of 5 days of not really sleeping, you know. So I went to his office, so I got my first 2 hours of sleep. Yeah. And then 141 days later, after the aircraft went missing, when we still did not know what actually happened to that aircraft, on 16 July, I went to Kuching and said thank you to the staff from Malaysia Airlines office in Kuching. Thank them for their voluntary work, you know, because during that few weeks of aircraft went missing, the first few weeks of crisis, we did not have enough staff in KL, so we had to get staff from various stations, you know, from overseas as well as around Malaysia, to come to KL to help us out. So I went there. It was during bulan puasa. Say thank you to everybody, bagi bubur lambuk, you know, buka puasa with them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bagi certificate, everything. And then on the morning of 17, I flew from Kuching to KK. I did the same thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, salam, 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 bagi bubur lambuk, you know. And then I came back to KL. I took the 7 o'clock flight, arriving in KL about 9:45, and I was, you know, one of the perks working with airlines that you don't have to worry how many kilos of stuff you want to bring, right? So I actually brought a lot of boxes, came back from Kota Kinabalu, because they have very nice seafood, you know, udang, fresh udang, and everything, you know, boxes, yeah. So I was busy pushing all these boxes to my car, and then suddenly at 10:30, I received another message on my phone. Code red, code red, code red. This is not a drill. We lost contact with MH17. Okay, 141 days after. So I can't feel my knees at that moment. I actually sat there by the longkang, and then I do not know how to react. First thing is that I called, because we have this SOPs, you know, so I have to call EOC, report that, okay, I am actually downstairs. You know, I can report upstairs anytime. And then I say, who are the pilots? And then they mentioned the name of the pilots, and I was very happy because both incidences involve Boeing 777, and I have a lot of people from my schools who are pilots of 777, so that's why I'm always nervous if something happened with 777. But then the person at the OCC mentioned to me, "But sir, you know all the crew." And then when they read the crew names, and yeah, I know all the crew. In fact, two of them I had buka puasa just 2 days before that flight. So, and then all the problems start lah all over again kan. Okay, so what I'm sharing with you today is this particular deck, because I have a lot of decks. After that two crises, I've been traveling around the world. I actually traveled to more countries. Can you imagine, after the aircraft went missing, okay, until last year, within 2 years, I finished 2 passport books. I finished 2 passport books. Punyalah banyak job and also visas. You know, I finished 2 passport books because so many people around the world inviting me to go there and actually explain what actually happened and share how we did things. Yeah. So what I want to share with you today is very light information, but this one I dissect specifically to cater to you as communication students. Yeah. Because I think this deck can actually help you a lot for your future. Okay, the deck start with that is our group CEO, AJ Ahmad Jawari. Ahmad Jawari said this: at the heart of everything that we have done, our central focus has been on the emotional, psychological support for the families and loved ones during crisis. And who are these people? They are the most important stakeholders during this particular crisis.